Hi, I'm Pharaoh, and it's expedition time, so this is my expedition garb. This is what I happened to wear when I spawned. And whenever expeditions come around, I see a lot of questions about finding the rendezvous points after people have left the rendezvous systems. And do we have the glyphs for them, etc. So I thought I would update my previous video about how to find the rendezvous systems again, and this time add a couple of tips that are now available through the Wonders catalogue. So first of all, let's have a look at the discovery list. Now the discovery list is in general just every single system you visited during the expedition, as it would be in a normal game. And you will notice that some of them, for instance this one that I'm in at the moment, are discovered by Hello Games, as you can see on the right there in the blue box, or Cedar discovered by Hello Games. Then if we go upwards, we also see that the next few are also discovered by Hello Games. And what's happening here is that the rendezvous points are always positioned in order. So they're not necessarily the bottom one. If I go down, I've got a few systems below me. So they're not ordered in the order that you necessarily visit them all in, although that can be the case in some instances. So it's a bit strange how some end up at below, some don't end up at the top. But in general, there will be a little block of Hello Games ones. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's not a coincidence, because there are 5 rendezvous points and 1 starting system. Now, for the first time in this particular expedition, I took advantage of the catalogue and the Wonders. And in my personal records, I marked the starting system down here. So what I did is, while in the starting system where I am at the moment, I just selected one of the planets, and then I used the Add to Wonders button, which will be different per platform, but for me it's the left stick. And then I selected that particular slot. Now you can see that recently Hello Games added the very useful feature of including portal addresses when you put a planet in the Wonders. So I did this every time I went into a rendezvous system. Now I didn't specifically choose the rendezvous planet. You could do that. I just chose a random planet because I figured, well, I'll come back here, but it won't necessarily be for that exact thing. I just want to come back here. So I just randomly picked a planet. And so this was the first rendezvous system, and there's a portal address for one of the planets in that system. This is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. I shoved the start one down in the bottom because I was figuring, well, the first one will probably be in the first slot, etc., and I probably won't need to go back to the start. But there are actually a few things in the start that help you. For instance, there's an aggressive creature in the first one in this particular Voyagers expedition. But this is applicable for every expedition. We could do this whenever we start off, immediately log one, and we'll get a portal address. And then each time you get to a rendezvous, select one of the planets, put it in here, and you'll have a handy portal address system. Now, you don't need the portal address system if you just want to navigate to the planets. For instance, if I jump in this ship and I go to the galaxy map, we can rotate through different destinations. Galactic core, black hole, custom waypoint. And I've set the custom waypoint to be one of the rendezvous systems. So you could do that at any point. The way you do that, and they did fix this recently, I believe, for all systems, is again go into the discovery system, find the individual system that you're looking for. These are in order. This is the first rendezvous, this is the second rendezvous, this is the third, this is the fourth, this is the fifth. For instance, select the fifth rendezvous, go into the galaxy map, and now it's plotting me a route to that system, which is probably quite a way away. Now, another thing to be wary of, some expeditions, including Voyagers, the one that I've just completed, have black hole jumps, or you might come across a black hole and go through it, or you might come across a relic gate and go through that. And so you could be a long way away from your destination. Other expeditions actually have portal jumps and you can end up a long way away. So warping to that system isn't necessarily the best option. So another tip is, whenever you go to a rendezvous system, always visit the space station. Whenever you land in a space station, it places the space station into your teleport list. And so again, you could go to either your Wonders or your Discovery, find the name of the system, and then just teleport to it. But if for some reason you forget to go into the space station and you find yourself traveling to the next rendezvous point and you think, oh, actually I should go back, then the best way is finding it in the Discovery list, which doesn't rely on you having visited the space station. So, for instance, if I wanted to go back to Rendezvous 3 using a normal teleporter, then I would just find the name. I could say a waypoint if I wanted, but Gorobi Seiko, and I could find it in this list if I actually went to it. And now I can go directly to that system without having to travel to it on the map. And so again, if you've gone through a black hole, if you've at least visited one of the rendezvous systems or a system before you went through that black hole that's in the general vicinity, then come to a teleport and teleport back to this general area where the expedition is happening. And that way you can then find the system locally or go straight to it if you have it in your list. So there you have it. A frequently asked question around about expedition times. How do I get back to a rendezvous point? I've been Pharaoh, travel well, and goodbye for now. Goodbye.